Happy Thursday. What's going on? Let's go ahead and jump into it. Chat pulled up. Hi. Dex. Eyes, JK, Oten, us, Johnny Crypto, Video, Foodcast, Edwin. What's going on, guys? Not a whole lot going on today. A little bit of a retracement back up. Talking about BTC first. We did get knocked out last night on this wick. I forgot. Must have been like right before I went to bed is when I got the re-entry on BTC. Ethereum did open up a new position if you are willing to play on a smaller time frame. Me personally, by the time I woke up, we were a little bit too far past this support for me to take it. So I am currently still waiting on 1421 in order to hop into that ETH long. And I do think it's a little bit better considering the fact that there is a lot of volatility in the market right now, just to have that one kind of off the table until we decide on direction. Because if we do get back up to 1421, that will kind of bring a large precedent that we are starting a larger uptrend. And of course, recovering that local low would be a good thing. US 100 is retesting the final real support region at 11,485. If we fail that, I'm a little bit concerned on where we're going to go. Obviously, next step would be retesting 11,061, and then most likely if we put in a lower low there, I will consider this a single downtrend, uptrend, downtrend, treating it like a new ABC. Of course, I'm not playing the US 100, but I am keeping an eye on it as an overall of pretty much most of the markets, just to keep track for sake of that. SPY has lost that region, similar to what we're talking about right now on the US 100, that being 381. So we do need to recover that. We do have a little bit of a local low support here. Obviously not as strong, not something that I'm really counting on to save our asses, but if it does, I'm thankful. So we do have to get back about 381, and then most importantly, to complete this structure and see any sort of major turnaround, recover 388 and continue to the upside. XRP did take off like a rocket, but I got stopped out of that and I didn't follow through with it in terms of taking a breakout trade. Not what I'm looking to do here. So hopefully this is a good sign for the market overall, but obviously this might be coming off of some news for XRP. Apparently their lawsuit got figured out, so maybe there's a little bit of hopium in the market right now for people to take advantage of that. But overall, just another boring day in the markets, waiting on shit to get figured out. Let's check out the DXY. Let me just add this to my quick list as well. It does look like that ABC top that we've put in had a little bit of a retracement, and it looks like we are starting to see some failing in pushing higher here. So as soon as we get back underneath 110, confident on us returning back down to the downside, but it's all depending on what it wants to do. Hey Kite, I was just wondering if you use ABCs as swing fail patterns. They can be interpreted as that, most definitely. I just look at it as a way for me to structure my risk and know where I want to enter. I don't think that when I see an ABC that it definitely means that the market is going to reverse. It just, if it does, I'm at least in a position for me to make a play off of it. We talked about it yesterday in terms of like, you could look at ABCs as another way to interpret double tops or double bottoms. So traditionally, let's say you have the market that comes up and gets rejected. Let's say that this is a super, super strong resistance. So if price does get back up to it, it even getting above the last high is super hard for it to do. So you have a regular double top or double bottoming structure. With an ABC pattern, maybe that same resistance is just less likely for us to see a total stop at it. And the price does run up a little bit further, but overall really doesn't want to proceed higher. So it gives us kind of like a slanted double top or slanted double bottom. And like I said, it's just a way for me to figure out where I want to be in a trade and how I want to configure my stop loss. All it is, really. BTC is going below 6K until Michael Saylor gets liquidated. Maybe. No, I didn't get liquidated on my XRP short, but I did get stopped out. We don't do liquidations around here. If I get liquidated, it's just because I forgot a stop loss. And that very rarely happens because it's built into my trade system that I have a stop loss. There is no, maybe I'll leave it to, chance. No. Because you never know how it's going to work out. It could be just a slight move to the upside. It can be an explosive one. You don't want to lose more than what you intended. And allowing me to have stop loss allows me to increase my leverage. So, could be time to short XRP now. Maybe we're at a top, but there's nothing of significance for me to take a short upon. There is no ABC structure here. Unless we got all the way back down to 41 cents. Or we form a new one. Monk, that is disgusting. What was your stop loss percentage? 10% of margin. I think my margin was like 120 bucks. I lost $12. The actual chart stop loss was 1%. But 1% at 10x leverage. Kai, would you ever put your stop loss on break even? No. Because there's no reason for me to do so. Because if I'm in the trade long enough, then we're probably far past where I entered my trade. So why is me, saving $12 or relative percentage-wise at any amount worth my time? By that time, I probably have a hedge. There's no real reason for me to do that. The only time that you're ever really eager to put your stop loss in break even is you're probably risking too much and you're afraid of losing it in the first place. So that's really the only reason why I would think. Danny, what's going on, man? $12 Taco Tuesdays go a long way, I guess. I did switch back to the 4K, so maybe that helps some things from here on out. I don't think I had the stream updated to use 4K resolution, so we'll have to see. And I hate that. There we go. How's Kite today? Pretty good. I woke up a little bit later today, I think around 9 or 10. But I got outside, did my 30-minute walk, all the basic health information that says make sure you get sun or some light exercise for at least 30 minutes a day if you're not going to be doing anything intensive. So I tried, and then like 20 minutes in, it started downpouring rain. So I think it's the universe trying to say, stay in your room. Sometimes I use higher leverage, lower margin, and let my liquid be my stop loss. I've tried that in the past, but to me, it does kind of affect how you can run things. Just wasn't my personal favorite at all. What's your opinion, honestly, on the Jasmy chart? Not good. Not good at all. From a larger time frame perspective, you did have a chance to solidify a bottom, which it failed to do so right here. And you can see that was a pretty strong resistance. I mean, we did get above it once, and it looked like we were stabilizing support for a little bit. Then once we came back down below it, tried again, tried again, tried again. Not a particularly good sign. And with Jasmy not being one of the top alts in terms of like, I don't even know who they are, what they do. I just don't see that as a particularly good sign. Obviously, if we can recover this support, maybe there's some hope, but at the moment in time, it looks like it is prone to free fall at the moment. I forgot today, but DF, I did do it yesterday and the day before that. I think I did it the day before that, but today I just forgot, to be honest with you. I did it yesterday. It's not like I don't ever do it. I'm sorry. Do you ever take a look at dollar charts when trading BTC, like dollars bullish, Bitcoin bearish? We did just take a look at the DXY, and I mean, there is some truth that it's correlating, but at the same time, we've seen both of them move up in unison. So I don't really give it too much thought, but it is cool to see and keep an eye on. Adam and Eve still in play. Get wrecked. I hope it's still in play. Until we put it on a lower low, it still is. I built a bob wire fence in the creek. Plenty of exercise. It's good, man. Edward, what's going on? Miner, Kite, good to see you. How's life? Pretty good. I got a steak cooking, and Modern Warfare 2's beta just came out today for people that pre-ordered, so playing a little bit of that. Duper, what's going on, man? Jasmy is created by the leadership of Sony Group Corporation. Oh. Darnell here. How you doing? Can you show us what is a good ABC setup? Anything that is large in structure. Now, obviously, a caveat to that would be that the larger the structure, the more that price can play along the A. And that can obviously anger some people, but all in all, to me, it's just a cost of the trade. All right. But right here on BTC is one of the largest ABC structures that we have currently. And it's pointing long. Ethereum has a smaller one from 1278 and then a larger one from 1421, which is what I'm looking to get into. XRP just recently had a short ABC that ended up failing, so price pushed higher. DXY has an ABC top, which right now it's kind of in the testing phase, whether or not we're going to fold back over or continue higher. AMD has an ABC bottom, which I was actually unaware of. Might look into that further to add a little bit. Here's some of the previous ones. ABC, B. See right here. This was one of my previous ones that actually hit pretty hard in terms of overall profit. Thoughts on plug, stock Adam and Eve setup. That is do I have the right coin? Or is it a stock? And is it from the ETH perspective or okay, stock? But I say that kind of looks like a poop coin. Which one? Is it this one? Now, I'd be careful because I mean, obviously from this larger time frame perspective, on the smaller time frames we have this ABC and then we have an accompanying ABC within the C. So as long as we maintain above this, it's pretty good. But on the larger time frame, if we do retrace back down below 1177, that would not be good for the market. So that would be a good short point. They kind of caught in a weird space, but you know, I guess that does help you make a decision on where you want to be in the market. If we did happen to retrace back down, obviously this would look like a larger ABC structure if we did get a rounded bottom there. But I mean, I only really pay attention to Adam and Eve's on Bitcoin because of the previous performance that they've seen. It's not a structure that like I'm dead set on in every single market that is something that you want to see. Of course, from a larger time frame, it does look like a double bottom, so that would be good in any market. But that's the reason why I look for it on BTC, is because it kind of signals the end of a bear market. How can you determine the size? Increase your time frame and zoom out. If you have to be on a 1 minute chart to see an ABC, it's probably not worth your time. Obviously, you can take them if you want. If your strategy is more fast paced, I would say use less risk, but just increase your time frame to a 1 hour, 2 hour, 4 hour, and zoom your chart out. All right. If you have to really zoom in to see something, then it's probably not worth your time. But from this time frame right here, say a 2 hour, I'm zoomed out. I can see a continuous downtrend, and a lot of these previous lows are broken by this trend right here. That's an uptrend. And then we come back down and we put in a lower low. Right? It's 3 separate trends. Now, you don't have to have the 3 separate trends to be like, oh, that's an ABC. You can anticipate. So if you see price going up and then price come down, you can go, okay, maybe this is going to form a larger ABC structure. So if I do see an A and a B and a C right here, I can play this ABC anticipating a higher high on this previous uptrend. And then that creates a larger one. Once again, like one of the most annoying comments I get on videos is like, it's one thing to identify them in the past, but what about real time? And I go, it takes just a small amount of brain power to see how, okay, this plus this can obviously equal a potential ABC. Doesn't mean that's going to turn into one, but you're anticipating that it can. And then if it does, you're not surprised and you can act accordingly. Was playing around with the idea that ADA being around the next bull run, as you were talking about yesterday, if that would be the case now with a maybe 3 to 5x long is nice. Like I said, I am taking a lot of the longs that I'm taking in anticipation that we are at a bottom. Now, the next bull run, like the next exponential growth, we probably won't see till 2025. There might be a couple good uptrends between there, but I'm not expecting like explosive growth anytime soon. So I am anticipating that we'll see a good uptrend, and within that, hopefully we'll have some way to play into the short, maybe take profit on the long, and compound the account going up. All right, because if you just take one long and hold it till the next top of the bull market, you're not going to be maximizing your gains at all. It's just basically a way to stay safe. And of course, for some people, that is obviously maybe something they want, but for me, I'm taking calculated risk, not calculated safe. Another way to know is if a larger structure is when the A is at least 2 days old, and old high or old low if it is weak, then it's superb. I get that. Any entries? Not at the moment. We have the BTC entry, and we're still sitting in that. ETH is not close to its 1421 entry. There was the smaller time frame entry of 1278, but I didn't really feel like taking that because at the time that I woke up, we were a little bit too far past it, and I'd rather stick to the larger entry there. LTC did. Actually, no, LTC did not. Because we put in a higher high over here. So technically, this is still within a downtrend. This is all singular ABC. What indicators do I use? None. For shits and giggles from now and, every now and then I'll take a look at like divergences on the RSI, but it doesn't impact my daily decisions at all. You should know by now whether to short XRP. I mean, we took a look at it. On the larger time frames, there is no separation of trend. There's no ABC top. So for me, I can't just say short while we're sitting in midair. Exactly, Johnny. Ticker symbol 4th. Do you like the chart for gains? Not particularly. I tend to stay away from coins that look like this because it just looks like low liquidity. These constant spikes up and down. It's just not really conducive to playing with leverage at all. Oh, my bad, crypto crash. Top line, Kite, you don't even bother with divergences. True. I look at them off stream, remind me of the old days, but like I said, they don't ever impact my decision because, like right here, all right, whether or not there is a divergence based off of these two lows it does not matter to me. I'm still going to take the trade. If there was no divergence, I would still take it. If there's a divergence, I would still take it. And if there's a divergence, it doesn't mean that I automatically use, you know, more risk or whatever. There's a divergence. Actually, no. Well, depending on which low you're looking at. So off of this low right here, this second low, there is. Because it's this one connected to this one. So you just skip this one, but there was no divergence there. What does your perfect ABC setup look like? Oh, this right here. I mean, this is pretty perfect to me. We have a consecutive downtrend, a nice uptrend, and a nice downtrend. Up here was a pretty good one. We had a nice uptrend, nice downtrend, nice uptrend. Within this B wave, just like I talked to you about before, I was able to catch this bottom right here because I anticipated that this was an A and this was a B, and we possibly could see a higher high over here. So I took that long and I held on to it even throughout this uptrend and this downtrend to get this higher high. I'm sure a lot of people might have taken profit once it dumped back down because they thought it was going to continue back down. If it does or it doesn't, that's not up to you. You take the trade and you let it milk for everything it's got. Now, once we had the ability to hedge, I took the hedge. Once we had the ability to get back into a confident long, I was able to take profit on my long. It's about making sure that the market gives you the right things in order to make the right decision. If there is no decision to be made, you leave your chess pieces where they're at on the board. Otherwise, you're putting yourself at a loss. Now, not every time does it work out as perfect. That's just a cost of being in a volatile market that has no rhyme or reason. And we held that short all the way down to about 27, 26,000. One of my regrets is that I did not take this ABC. This was a pretty nice ABC setup. You probably would have been stopped out a couple times, but in the end, we had a nice dump come in after it, and you could have taken profit down here, hedged, and you would have been absolutely fine. Have you any indicators of your own that I can get? No, I don't have indicators to sell to you. Sorry. I know that you need a basic strategy to win in any market conditions, but it's hard to stick to one. It doesn't have to be ABC. I learned that the hard way. You will as well. The B leg is never the longest, right? So I used to do Elliott wave, and part of the problem with Elliott wave was there's so many rules involved, and maybe for good reason, but at the same time, it just serves to confuse people and make people overthink. So with me, like, A wave doesn't have to be the longest, B wave doesn't have to be the shortest. The only thing is that the B wave cannot go past the A wave. All right, then you just need to reevaluate where you're actually at. So like right here, for example, if the B wave was to go below the A wave, the start of the A wave, that's not an ABC. That means that this would have been the ABC, up or down, up, down. And then we would be looking at a long position here. Instead, it worked out differently. So ABC connects three trends create a larger trend. And then once again, it's about anticipating what the market can do. We could have proceeded higher from here, most definitely. And that was in the cards. That's why I held my long position, but it took the hedge. But I didn't give up on my short early because I knew that we had a larger downtrend here. We had a larger uptrend here. So we could have seen a lower low than this previous one to create a larger ABC. And if not, continuation. Not about knowing, it's about anticipating what the market can do. And then being patient. That's all it is. I've got an indicator template called Kite. It has no indicators but a clean chart. Yeah, like my indicator would be go into your settings, go to appearance, and then turn the vertical and horizontal lines off. Maybe the horizontals you can leave. Maybe like 5% because it does help while looking at the price points here. But besides that, not worth your time. Make it as clean as possible. What's a hedge, bro? So if I'm in a long position for 2,000 contracts off of, a bullish ABC that looks like this, all right, and then the market's going up and up and up and up, and I'm like, oh, I'm in the money. A lot of people, they would go, when do I take profit? I don't want to let this go to waste because they don't want the price to go back down. Obviously, that is, something that you're going to have to get over, all right, because it does happen. If you don't let the market show its full potential sometimes, then you're just missing out. So let's say the market's going up and up and up and up. We have a little bit of a retracement, but you hold steady because in the end, let the market do what it's going to do. That way you can profit fully and the price goes back up. All right, so I took a long off of this bullish ABC, but now the market is showing me a bearish ABC. You can use this as an opportunity to exit your long, but this might just be a retracement in the overall thing. It does show that the market does want to go back down, but it doesn't mean that this uptrend is done yet. It could be, but you don't know, right? And a lot of the problems that we have in the market is because we don't know what's going to happen next, we let our brains run rampant, thinking that the worst thing is going to happen every single time, when it really doesn't happen every single time. It feels like it, especially right now, but that's just because we're in a weird circumstance. There's just not a lot of volume in the market. People are betting the farm this way and that way. No one's sure where it's going to go. So I took a long from here, so I can go ahead and take a short from here. So if I open up 2,000 contracts here, maybe I open up 2,000 contracts here. So if price does come back down and I get stopped out of this long, at least it's balancing out the profit. So if I was up $1,000 when the top of this short got reached, then I'm in $1,000 worth of profit on the short by the time I get stopped out. That way, I didn't waste my time. And then if price does continue going down, at least I'm still in a good trade. If price going down after that point, all right, gives me another long setup that's significant size like this, then I can go ahead and exit this long position and enter this one, because now I have a new place of confidence to go long from. Because if the overall trend is going to continue going up, then this long is still valid, and so is this one. So now I can take profit while still holding my short just in case, and then let this take over if we are going to go up even further. It's about working with the market the entire time and doing what makes sense. You always trade ABC with the trend. In a sense, yes. So right now, all right, the overall trend is definitely down. All right, but it doesn't mean that I can't take longs within that trend. But I guarantee you, so like this is a part of the anticipation thing that we were talking about. Look at what we're looking at right now. All right, so where's my most recent lowest low? All right, it's this one right here. We have not put in a new lower low yet. So I'm going to start from here. I have an uptrend. I'm currently in a downtrend. This downtrend, in a sense, is signaling that it wants to end. So if we do end and we start going into an uptrend, what do we have? Boom. We have a short ABC inside of a massive bear trend. I'm definitely going to take that trade, and I'm going to hold that trade as a hedge. Even if we get back down below this, I'm going to continue holding it, because if we do break 16,000, 10K is likely. So if we do have the ability to get a short from 24,000 all the way down to 10K, you bet your bottom dollar I'm going to take that. That's a good trade. Obviously, it hurts the soul to see Bitcoin dump, but at the same time, you can't control where this thing goes. So you might as well be there for the ride. Now, if we dump down to 10K even before we get that higher high, of course that's going to hurt, but there ain't nothing to do. All right, because I wasted my opportunities. And that's the honest truth. All right. I didn't catch this short. I think I did, but I might take a profit on it. I didn't catch this short, and I already took profit on this short. All right. So this one, if it does happen, I definitely will hold on to it for a decent period of time until the market starts shaping up like a real bottom. I lost my wife this bull market. Her boyfriend did not like it one bit. Man, I hate when wives get one of those. Where do I take profit? Like I said, if the market shows me that I have a new place of confidence to continue my ultimate trade from. All right, just like I said, all right, if I'm in a long position such as this, all right, and the price is going up, I need the price to come back down. Now, this is not the correct size. I need the market to give me a significant long position like that in order to take profit on this original one and use this as my new place. Because if the market is going to continue going in an uptrend, all right, I can take profit on this original one and use this to compound my new account balance into the appropriate risk to continue if the market is going to continue going up. Now, just a reminder, today is Thursday, so I am probably going to hop off in about 15 minutes. Just because, like we talked about, I'm going to do Tuesdays and Thursdays as 1 hour, and then Monday, Wednesday, Friday as the 2 hours. I don't even have my air conditioner on, and I'm cold. Volume yesterday was something I was on lower leverage, but still felt some swings. Yeah. I hated that. I hated that when a coworker told me that this woman I really liked said she loved me. I said, wait, how do you know that? You told me in the shower this morning. It really pissed me off. I'm trying my best to learn more about crypto, and because of you, I'm not losing money anymore, so thank you very much. I appreciate that. Right now, it does. Right now, it's a battle. And if you're still holding on, you definitely got some balls. Or broveries. Yeah, you do you. Swisher J, what's going on? It's hanging good, man. Hanging like it always has. Thoughts on flat Earth? I don't know, dude. Like, here's the thing. What does it change? Like that. Like that's always my argument on like flat Earth. They're always like, it's a gigantic conspiracy. NASA's lying to you. The government's lying to you. And I'm like, but like what does it change about daily life? Like, let's say the Earth is flat. Everything still works the same. You still get to work the same. You can still fly to a country the same. Nothing changes. So why do you care? You know? Have you ever played with the numbers and calculated the most efficient way to compound your position as far as how much profit to take and how much to add to your new position? Not really. I've always taken full profit whenever I do. And it's just based off of the new account balance. That's all it is. Well, can God not exist with a round planet? Does it like does God have to exist only with flat planets? Are you saying God isn't capable of making balls? So I'm living proof. That's all I'm saying, man. That's all I'm saying. Now that is actually factual. Birds are not real. The only time I've ever seen a bird is dead. All right. Now, what is suspicious? Well, I guess not suspicious because, you know, just like we're killing the environment. I remember like when I was like 5 and 6, you would see those gigantic like swaths of birds on the power lines. You don't see that anymore. At least I don't. Maybe it's just because I don't go outside. Do you go for hedges that are equally as large? I try to. They aren't always the same size, but I try to make sure that they're a significant size comparatively. The new version of birds don't need to recharge as often. That's a good one. Yep. Yeah, like that's another thing. Like, people think that if aliens exist, that means that God doesn't exist. No, it just means that like you aren't the most important thing in the universe. Well, like you are, but like at the same time, you're not. Like physically, you're just a cog in a machine, but like ultimately, you are the machine. So like it get confusing out here. You need to get out more. Dude, I swear, like I go outside decently. I just don't see those birds anymore. Like it used to be like every single power line, like every other red light, there'd be like a bunch of birds. Like, and I'm talking a lot of birds. But I just don't see. Maybe it's Virginia. It's not like that anymore. I don't know. What kind of crypto wallet you use? I mean, pros versus cons. Only asking. You don't have to go full nerd. So most of the time I'm using either Bybit's exchange for like my active funds. But anything other than that, if you go to like any like coins official website, like bitcoin.com or Ethereum, usually they have a hardware wallet that's linked. And if they don't have their own in-house one, then usually they'll link to like someone else that does. But you just download the software to a flash drive and it works the same. And you can go put in a safe or a security deposit box, or I don't know, bury it in your backyard so erosion gets to it. Don't advise that, you know. And obviously, like, you can still like, if I needed to, I could still access the coins that are in those wallets. You just need like the private key and everything, but you don't really need to do that because most of the time, if it's in that wallet, then it's locked up for good. It's your hodl, your hodl. Come to my ranch. We have plenty of birds. I feel like this is bait. You're actually from the government. We have plenty of birds. I walk into a barn, you're programming the birds. How many times have you blown up your account when you started? So we did blow up this account that I'm working on now, just because I got too cocky. We did do good percentage before I blew it up. I think we got to like 5K in like just a couple of, maybe 2 weeks. And then because I was being too facetious, I blew it up. The first ever $100 account I blew up, we got from $100 to $10,000 in a week, during like just sideways price action. Besides that, the next $100 account was the one during the breakout past 20K when the bull market was starting. So I've only blown up 2 challenge portfolios, maybe 3, but I've lost a lot of money on my actual account, but I didn't blow it up to the point where I had $0. That would have been horrendous. Ryan told me to say what's up. I stopped by a stream the other day, but I didn't say anything. Guess I'll pop into the next one. Just tuned in. You in the XRP trade? Nah, I didn't go long on it. I was short on it. Got stopped out. How was MC for you? I used to watch you use it. I'm sure if you have a certain method with it, you can probably do well with it. But for me, Market Cypher just didn't allow me to thrive the way that I wanted to. That's all. How did you take 100 to 10K high leverage for many trades? So it was during this little pocket of price action right here. So I can't really get down to a small enough time frame where, like, maybe I can. Yeah, I can. So I took this trade right here. Pretty much 100% risk. And I think I had like a 2% stop loss. And I traded it all the way up to here. And then I took profit right here. And my method at the time was I would wait for price action to kind of put in a top. And then I would let it put in a bottom. And then anytime it got relatively close to this or this, I would trade between it. I wasn't trading ABCs at the time. So pretty much anytime we got here or here, and then once we put in this little swing low here, I would also do that. So I just traded between them. I would trade the double tops and double bottoms. And once we got into like this little compacted stage, I started to get wrecked. And that's where the account blew up. All right, guys, I'm gonna head off for tonight. Gonna go check up on my my steak. Oh, got a couple minutes left. Tried the Modern Warfare beta. Yep, I'm gonna go play that right after this too. I like. It's a weird feeling because it is a lot slower than all the previous CODs, even the previous Modern Warfare from 2019. I think 2019 was probably my favorite COD so far. I am liking this one, but for different reasons. I don't think I truly like the multiplayer as much, but I get why they went with a lot slower movement and more heavy recoil type feel. And that's mostly for like the Warzone because Warzone was so popular. But most importantly, I'm really looking forward to the DMZ. DMZ, because I've been playing a lot of Tarkov. I think it's going to be a casual Tarkov where like it doesn't have to be taken as seriously. I think that will help a lot of people get into that looter shooter type feel. We still don't know how it's going to work because they ain't released any real like footage or how the mechanics work. But I'm definitely curious for it. I've already pre-ordered, so I'm locked in. But all right, guys, peace out. I'll see you tomorrow for a 2-hour live stream to finish off the week, and then we'll take in Saturday and Sunday off, and then we'll return on Monday. As always, be patient with the market because the market don't care whether or not you want it to move. So don't be taking $1 billion 100x trades. Doesn't make sense right now. Kite would get so many gray hairs real fast as president. Yeah. If I can't even be on live stream every day, you know, why I would put myself in the president's position beyond me. There's like the president doesn't even have that much power. It's all tied up in bureaucracy and lobbyists. So that ain't for me, dude. All right, guys, let's go ahead and do the thing. Log off for today. I appreciate you. I'll see you next time, all right? Yusuf, JK, O10, I appreciate you guys. All right, let's do it. Bye.